Hey, I'm CM, a Rivals enjoyer with an almost 92% win rate, and today I'm here to talk to you guys about the maps of Rivals, some rollouts I personally use to get around the maps easier, and just ways to figure out the maps and traverse them so you don't find yourself getting lost and so you could just have an easier time playing the maps. I'll also be going through the maps from the lowest start to the highest start, so I'll be starting off with Arena and then I'll be ending with Shooting Range, and I'll also be adding chapters to this video so you guys can navigate around the video easier and find whichever map you want to learn about the most. Anyways, let's get started. So the first map we have is obviously Arena. This is the smallest map in Rivals, and there are some pretty simple rollouts that you can do. So if you don't have a weapon like the scythe or the bow or the fist or any weapon that gives you some additional movement, you can just go up this ramp, which gives you a very clear view of like basically the whole map. Then you can jump onto this ledge, you can jump onto the middle, and mainly try to prioritize staying on the roofs on this map because height is very important and it makes enemies harder to shoot you. So if you have height over them, then you're pretty much guaranteed a free win and just free damage because it'll be so much harder for them to track you because you'll just be strafing left, right, etc. However, if you have the scythe, my personal favorite and the most popular rollouts are to, when you spawn in, slide jump and then dash up top, and you will instantly get a whole view of the top of the map, and then you can traverse on the roof, and you can go to their spawn. You can maybe grenade or molly the ramp or the window depending on where the enemies are, etc. Or you can go on the back wall and you can it's quicker than just slide jumping on this wall. So if your opponent tries to do the same as you, you'll actually be able to see them first and you have an advantage over them because you'll be here first and you only see them come up. And if you prefer not to stay on the roof and you prefer to rush, what I do is I go to the ramp and I grenade boost, I hold on my grenade, and then just before it explodes, I slide jump off the ramp so I gain maximum distance and maximum height, and by that point it allows me to get up to here, here, and I'm just in their spawn ready to shoot them, and they'll probably just be heading up to the ramp. So yeah, this map is very small and there's plenty of rollouts you can do for this map. It just all depending on what weapons you use and however you choose to play. Like if you want to have a more stealthy play style and just walk up the map, or you want to be more aggressive and like go up here and then start shooting them. Entirely up to how you play. Next map that is up is the Backrooms. Now this is probably my least favorite and probably the community's least favorite map, just because it's people can use some very strange playstyles to win in this map, and you know it's most of 9 times out of 10 it's just going to be RPG spammers, shotgun spammers, katana spammers, etc. However, this map is actually very narrow. I think it's one of the narrowest maps in the game because it's inside and there's not much like vertical opportunity you have. So what I do is when I spawn in, I just tend to slide jump a lot and then dash onto the middle. And you want to prioritize using your utility on this map, especially considering that it's so like tight. Like if you have the Molotov, for example, you can molly this entire area off, this entire area, this entire area, this entire area. There's so many places that you can take advantage of with the Molotov and things like the flare gun because of how tight the areas are. So what I tend to do is when I get to roughly around the middle, no matter what side I'm on, if I'm from this side, I tend to throw a grenade either here, here, or there, because that's most likely where the opponents are going to come from. If I'm on this side, throw a grenade there, there, or like move up a little bit and throw one there, because that's where also the enemies tend to come from the most. But usually the only tip I have from this map is just utilize close quarter weapons, and you know, as cancer as it is, it's the way to win on this map, and people know that, which is why they pick it so often. So just utilize RPGs, shotguns, shorties, sub-plasma space mine, which is actually very overpowered because you can't see it once it's placed down. And you know, camping corners if you wish, if you really want to get the win, but I don't recommend it because I try to have as much fun as I can in the games that I play. So I just tend to bunny hop around with my shotgun and just, you know, try and do all kinds of crazy stuff. But I guess main tips are just to utilize utility because they're so like the areas are so tight, you can pretty much a guaranteed hit with your utility. Use close range weapons and be fast because even though standing in a corner may be unpredictable and you may be able to catch one person off guard, just utilize like the corridors to your advantage and make sharp turns when you're running away or chasing someone so that you know there's a higher chance for the enemies to lose you and so you can get away easier. But yeah, this map is just very small, very annoying to play with, but it's, it has some potential, and it's actually one of the more unique maps in Rivals. The next map that we have up is Big Arena. Now, as the name entails, this map is literally just arena, but like 2 or 3 times the size. So there's not really many different tips I can give you for this map, since it's basically the same case as arena. However, since this map is a lot bigger, I do recommend trying to utilize your movement more and trying to utilize things like ramp jumps, or like, I don't know what they're called, like sliding and jumping off the ramp to gain extra vertical mobility, so you can land on the rooftops. However, I'll give you guys one really solid and really good grenade like lineup. I don't know how many people use grenade, but I think this works for Molotov as well. But for me, if you do use a grenade, go from this block to either this ramp or this ramp. It doesn't matter where, as long as you throw the grenade in the same place. And look, like relatively high up in the sky. I can't really give you an exact measurement, but just kind of get like, until you feel like you looked high enough, then throw your grenade and it will land exactly where you were standing when you throw it. So if I throw it over here, it will land over there in the exact same spot, but over the, like on the other side of the map. And this lineup is incredible. It's worked for me around 99% of the time, and I always get free damage with it if someone goes to the same ramp, like to the adjacent ramp that I go to. So it's definitely a lineup that I recommend you guys try, I recommend you guys to try out if you haven't already. But yeah, there's not really much I can say about this map. It's just utilize your movement, and if you have weapons like the scythe, you can easily go from the bottom floor all the way to the roof in literally one dash. And you can slide jump across the roofs, go into the middle if you want some cover, and you can utilize the elevation of these ramps to act as more cover. So if you get shot from this roof, you can hide down here and you can pop a medkit, or if you get shot from the side, you can go to the side and slide jump off of the ramp to gain some extra vertical mobility, and just have an advantage on your opponent. So yeah, utilize mobility, try and move more, and make use of the extra walls and like very steep ramps for cover, so you can have an easier time winning your fights. So the next map we have on the list is Big Crossroads. Now, unfortunately, this map is before Crossroads, so I actually have to do this map first. But the tips I give to Big Crossroads will also apply to Crossroads, and vice versa. But anyway, Big Crossroads. This map is pretty unique in how it's like structured. So you have 2 spawns. You have this blacked out like mountain area, and you also have the building inside with the tower. Now this all depends on personal preference. However, what the most popular like rollouts are just to go from this gate and then use these big ass blocks as like protection in case people peek up top and try to shoot you. Dash around, go all the way around here to the side, and there's an entrance to the side that you can go in. You can dash up here, and then boom, you're in the spawn. And then if you use the scythe, you can also instantly dash up top, so you're pretty much behind them and you get free damage. And if you're on this side, you could do the same. But what I personally like to do is I like to hold my grenade while I walk out. So I grenade boost all the way to this area, and then I dash so I ensure I don't get shot at. And then I go all the way through this kitchen area until I'm up here. I go on the bridge, I jump off of it, and I slide jump all the way to the top of this building, and I have full coverage, full view of this entire spawn, which it's pretty much free damage, and they literally can't do anything about me because I'm gonna be either running away or inside the entire time. Now, if you don't want to leave your spawn, which is perfectly fine, this is actually what most people prefer to do. On this side of the map, you can go up these stairs, and you can go up here with like a sniper or an AR, and you basically have full coverage of the entire map. So you can just start shooting and doing some poke damage, and if they start shooting you back or you need to heal, you can retreat back down these stairs and you'll literally be fine. You can also go on the sides. So on these yellow walls, you can go on the entire sides of the map, which for these parts that are out in the open isn't really useful. However, for that mountain, you can actually go behind that mountain, which some people don't expect because, who actually does that? As you can see, there's the walls go around the mountain, and I think, can you even go on here? You can. This is actually something I've just found out now. You can apparently go on here as well, which might be a good hiding spot. But yeah, that side of the map, you can go up on that mountain. There's also a cool head glitch that a friend told me about. So if you go all the way to the back here, if you stand right here, you apparently just cannot get, like, this is an insane head glitch, and obviously you can shoot through it, and if you crouch, the opponents can't see you, and maybe if, depending on your avatar, your opponents just won't be able to see you if you're there anyway. There's a different head glitch for that side, but I'm not like too aware of it. You can also go up here and use this window, because you know it's a small area, so it'll be harder for enemies to hit you, and you know you could just take cover if you take damage over there. Or you could go to the side, go left, go up on the bridge, take that ladder, and go up to that whole mountain. And that whole mountain pretty much provides you with a whole aerial view of the entire map. Actually, let me go up there and show you guys. This mountain pretty much provides a full aerial view of the entire map, and if you get shot at from any of the sides, you can just retreat further back into the mountain, or you can go into the area here, into the kitchen here, and you could just, you know, fight from there. And here's a cool little spot that I found. If you go on this ladder and you go onto this left side here and crouch, you are pretty much in a really insane hiding spot, and you can, if you spam your slide, you can go further into the area. And yeah, now I'm standing, I'm literally just hiding up here. I can see a little bit of the kitchen, and if I need to escape, I can just dash out of here and slide jump to make my way out, and I'm out. And that's a pretty cool spot. You can also use this tunnel if you want to get a nice flank. If you can manage to go here undetected, you can go into this tunnel, which will make you pop out in the middle of the castle. This is pretty much a castle. Make you pop out in the middle of it, which can be a bad idea if like the enemies are here. You'll literally be out in the open, and they could chase you down the tunnel. But if they don't, then you just have this whole castle to pretty much play around, and you know you'll be behind them. You can shoot the people that are. Now quickly for this side of the map, there's really only three options you have. You can either go through the main area and prioritize the tunnel so you can go under and get a flank, or you can use this route to go to the trampoline, which I believe is the fastest route, or you can do what I did and grenade boost over to that mountain over there, so you have more advantage and you can just have a longer flank on your enemies. Or you can go up these stairs. You can go up on this little tower here, so you can have kind of like a head glitch, and you can, you know, peek different angles. You can shoot. You can just use the tower as much as you want, or you can use these little buildings here, and you know you can peek out behind. You can peek out of them from different angles and get a couple shots in on your enemies, which is what people tend to do. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, the next map that we have up, believe it or not, is Crossroads. Normal Crossroads, or like the smaller version. Now, literally everything I said about Big Crossroads applies to this map. However, since it's a lot smaller, you don't really have many movement opportunities. So I'll just go over some quick rollouts that you can do from any side of the map to get, you know, to get to different places around the map. So again, as I said in Big Crossroads, you have three areas here. These two, and then upstairs. If you want to go through this main area, this is kind of the more aggressive route, because the enemies can come out through that gate as well, and you pretty much have an instant encounter. So if you want to go through the main area, you can go in here and you literally be in the castle in the spawn instantly. Or if you have a weapon like the scythe, you can dash up to be more unexpected, so enemies have to kind of flick up to start shooting at you, while you kind of preparing your aim like to be shooting down there. And then, you know, if you're getting shot at, you could just slide jump onto here and you could go back into cover. If you want to go on the right side, what 99% of people do, and you know this is fair enough, people go on the trampoline, because this is just insane. You literally have a whole aerial view of the entire map, and you can start shooting at people no matter where they are. Or you can use these stairs to go up here on this side, but honestly at that point, just use these stairs, slide jump up. It literally takes 1 second, you're already up here. I don't recommend using this tower because it's so incredibly unprotected. Like, you might as well just be standing still in the open, and it's literally no protection to cover you. So I don't recommend going up here. Just utilize the roof to your advantage and jump around the like destroyed areas in order to get behind your enemies, or to just get more vertical movement if you know how to slide jump around at the edge of different objects. Now we have this side of the map. For this side, you unfortunately do not have the mountain to peek out of because it's kind of blocked off by this area. However, a tip that I've been doing quite a lot, a rollout that I've been doing quite a lot, is actually go around this block if you just slide jump off and scythe dash or double jump with any weapon you have around this area, which basically puts you instantly in their spawn and instantly in their face, which can, you know, you can catch someone off guard while doing that, and it actually works pretty well, so I definitely recommend trying it out. However, you could also go into the tunnels, and one little cool hiding spot I found out is you could just go in there. You could also go into the tunnels and use the ladders to either go into the kitchen area and, you know, go through the middle if you want to get a more, I don't know, like kind of a flank, or if you want to be more stealthy. Or you can go up this ladder or this ladder up here, and it gives you all the way up on the mountain. Or you can just go straight up from the mountain by using these stairs. You can jump off of this railing and you can go up on here, which is a pretty good counter to trampoline because you'll kind of be prepared for them coming up, and they'll literally just be out in the open. It's just a matter of if you can track them and if you can shoot them while they're in the air. And for the mountain, I guess the only really good spot is up here, because you just kind of have obviously the whole aerial view of the map. And if you get shot at and you want to take cover, you could just retreat back into the mountain and crouch, and this pretty much prevents anyone from seeing you, and you could just heal, or you can try and reposition to a different area. But yeah, this map is pretty much the same as Big Crossroads. You could also have this massive building in the middle, which you can go onto the top of, which is very annoying to fight against, because if you're fighting him from that side, or that side, they can just retreat in the opposite way, and it makes it so you can't shoot them unless you get up close, and they can just have a whole aerial view on you. But yeah. Alright, so the next map we have on the list is Docks, and there are endless amounts of rollouts on this map, so I'm just going to go over them quickly. So, for this side, you have pretty much 3 options, like instantly available to you. You can either go up on this ladder and go up on this roof, which is one of the 4 main roofs you can go up on, and this obviously gives you great cover, great vertical like cover as well, and you can, you know, slide jump off of it to gain some more height and, you know, shoot at your enemies. Now, what I personally like to do, this is a little bit more crazy, but if I have my grenade or it's just a scythe, I can grenade boost off these stairs, which instantly brings me to this roof, and this is just basically an instant flank on the enemies, and by the time you're here, they're just about to start climbing the ladder, and I've never seen anyone do this, so people really don't expect it. Or you can go out through the middle and you can jump on this box and you can go on these containers, or you can go inside and try and go for a little flank. One additional tip is that you can also go on the outside of pretty much every building. So you can go on the outside of here and you can jump around the little poles, which can make it easier for you to go around areas undetected and can make it easier for you to heal. You can also do the same on this house, jump around the poles, which is actually another rollout that you can use if you want. You can just instantly go on this fence and then jump around the poles on this house. Be careful though, because it is kind of risky. If you fall, you're literally just dead because the kill barrier is pretty high up. But if you manage to succeed, you'll literally be in their face here. Now on this side, there's again pretty much 3 routes you can go. So you can do the basic one where you use a slider or side jump up here, which obviously this is probably the best roof on the map because it gives you so much coverage and you can just see people from everywhere. Or you can go on the right here and you can go up on this roof by using this ladder or side jumping up, and you'll basically be on the same roof that I talked about earlier. It's kind of a mid roof, but it's still pretty good for catching like people in their spawn. Or again, you can go in the middle, but what I prefer to do is I like to grenade boost from the middle onto these containers, slide jump onto this little area or this area of the roof, and then dash up onto the yellow roof. Obviously I missed it, but you can dash to the yellow roof and you're pretty much in their face, which is risky, but it can sometimes be rewarding. I also don't recommend going on this roof at all because you literally have no cover, there's no cover to help you. Sure, you can go behind the building, however, anyone in the map can just peek and start shooting at you and they'll have cover to work with and you won't. So I highly recommend avoiding this roof as much as possible. Unless you want to go on this area, and if you want to go up on these stairs, go on this area and then go up onto this roof, then yeah, that works. But just try and avoid this roof as much as possible. It's pretty much a death trap. And the insides of the map are pretty detailed. So there's lots of places you can hide behind if you're playing hide and seek, or if you want to wrap for like a draw on the round. You can go behind like pretty much everything. This box is pretty popular. You can go behind this box and crouch. They literally won't be able to see you unless you go here. You can do the same for, I believe, this box. You can do the same for, I believe, this box also. Yep, as you see, a little area you can go in. You can also go into this house, and you can hide behind that box. You can go up here and hide in the corner, or hide behind that box over there, etc. But yeah, just take advantage of. You could also shoot the barrels for. It takes 50 damage to blow up and does like 75 damage. But yeah, take advantage of how much cover there is and try and utilize like the roofs a lot more. And if you have the scythe, you can literally just, I don't even think you need the dash. You can literally just go up here and then slide jump between the different roofs, which, you know, gives you a lot of map coverage and you can get around the map a lot easier. So the next map we have on the list is Station. Now Station is one of my personal favorites. Not my favorite, because my favorite is Construction, but that's the next upcoming map. And there's a lot of things you can do on Station. Similar to Docks, you might as well just prioritize the rooftops, because they're going to be your main source of cover. And a lot of the engagements that go on in my fights when I'm playing Station is people on this rooftop go up against the people on this rooftop right here. You just go up there, you just go up here, and you know, you try to shoot each other, you slide jump to gain extra height, etc. For rollouts, they're pretty simple. For this side, there's only two main rollouts. You either go inside the building and you climb up to the roof, or you can just slide jump up here. If you jump off this little like basement entrance, you can slide jump up here, or you can go on the right and you can go all the way around and you can use this ramp to go up on this roof, which gets you a pretty early encounter. Or what I like to do is I like to utilize these boxes over here and go up on this little like sign thing, go up on this sign and then scythe dash up. Or you can use these kind of wires as like a helping hand, so you can jump up, you can automatically attach these wires and you can jump up here again and you're on this side of the roof ready to fight. You can also go up on these trains here, even if they're outside the map, like this train for example. You can still go on it, and you can also go in between them. So you can see I'm standing on it, I'm not falling, which can be used if you want to get a strange angle on somebody, or if you're, you know, getting chased, you want to get some extra distance, you can use these. You can also hide behind these boxes. I'm trying to do that falling off. There you go. You can hide behind these boxes, and there's also a same version of this box on that side. But for this side, you can either use the trains as cover and go all the way through the railroad, which can get you a nice flank on that roof. Or what most people do is they go up onto this roof one way or another and they get ready to fight the people coming up here, or they go up on this roof, they fight the people on that roof, fight the people on the map, etc, etc. And if you want a good movement tip to get from one roof to the other, you can slide jump off of one of the roofs, go on this lamppost and then slide jump again, but you do this pretty fast. So you slide jump, I missed it, but you get my point, slide jump, and you're on the two different roofs. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Station. There's not much to say. It's a unique map and I like it a lot, but just use the rooftops as your advantage. Again, there are some spots you can hide on the inside, like for example, you can hide right here, which is a good hiding spot. You can hide up there. And for this map, you can go up here if you manage to go, which has literally no cover, but people don't really expect you to be up here. You go in there, then you can go in this warehouse with a bunch of boxes and you can hide. There's plenty of hiding spots in there that you can use as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Station. So the next map on the list, and my personal favorite that I'm very excited to talk about, is Construction. Now, this map has so much, and I mean so like many ways to traverse around it. It's genuinely insane. But I'll just quickly go over some rollouts and I'll talk more about it in a second. So, no matter what side you spawn in, utilize this red container. What I like to do is, if I'm not grenade boosting, which I've shown off in my movement guide, which you should totally watch by the way if you haven't already. If I'm not grenade boosting from this side, from this spawn to the other spawn, I'm going up on these barrels and on here, and then I'm slide jumping off and dashing onto the red container, and I can then slide jump onto this like pole here, and I'm literally in their spawn behind them, ready to shoot them from the back. And this also works on the other side. So you go up on here, and then you scythe jump, and then obviously you run, and you're in their spawn. Or if you want to do something different, you can go from the spawns to the edge of the ramps and you can start shooting at them. If you want to go up here or on this block, you can do the same. Or you can go from the ramp onto this block, and then side jump onto this block, which also gets you behind them. But I recommend the other method that I talked about because you gain height and it's harder for them to shoot you. Now, concerning the actual map and the middle of the map, there's not really much you can do because this whole part is just mainly an open area. You can go behind pretty much every single wall on this map. Like for example, there's little ledges you can jump on here, jump on here. It also works on the sides here. You can hide here, or you can go behind these areas, and you can just maneuver around the map, which, you know, it makes it easy to go on around the map undetected. For the underneath the spawns, it's pretty much the same thing. You can utilize the explosive barrels if you want, which you can see 75 damage if you get hit by them, which can be quite a lot, but not many people get hit by them anyway. But mainly try and stay around the spawn area, or try just to camp up top on the red container, because that's when you're going to be, that's like the best areas to be in order to have the most cover and to, you know, have the best view of around the whole map. You can also, cool tip, and I love that the developers added this, you can also grenade boost onto the crane, and you can start climbing up the crane. You can only climb from the front though, so don't try and climb from the sides or the back because you will fall. And then you could just go up here and you can go literally on top of the entire crane, which I personally believe is what makes this map unique, and is what makes this map one of the best, because this is just such a cool spot. If you manage to get up here undetected, you can shoot. You literally have a whole coverage of the entire map besides the areas below the spawn. You can shoot people, you can go for shots, which is, I've actually hit clips while going for shots up there, which is just, it's so satisfying. And it's amazing. This map is overall amazing, and it has so many opportunities to just move around and just, you know, there's so many different ways you can go, and I love this map. But yeah, that's pretty much for construction. It's a small map, but it's small but great, basically. And you could do a lot of things on this map if you put your mind to it, and if you know, if you have ideas. If you also want to know one good lineup, this also works for the other side, but if you kind of aim slightly above, like, the spawn, and you jump throw, the grenade is pretty much guaranteed to hit it, and as you can see, I hit my friend and he just fell off the map. So yeah, the grenade is pretty much guaranteed to hit whatever you're aiming. So if you're aiming at where they spawn, it will hit where they spawn. If you're aiming more into this area, you have to aim kind of like here, near the middle, and you throw it. And as you can see, it hit that back part over there. But yeah, that's it for construction. The second to last map we have is Onyx. Now, if I'm being completely honest, I don't really know what's going on with this map. It's just a bunch of like poles sticking out of the ground. But I guess there are some things you can do. Like the most common thing I see people doing is going up onto this pole and they spawn onto there, which pretty much instantly gets them an engagement because their opponent's either going up here or they're peeking from this pole. However, if you want to be kind of unique and you use a scythe, you can scythe dash onto this side and you can go to the left, which can kind of get you a flank, and you can catch, if anyone's walking up here, you can catch them by surprise. I don't really know any rollouts for this map because this is actually my least played map. It's not my least disliked or my least liked, but I just don't play this map a lot, and no one really plays this map. It's kind of irrelevant, but just try and primarily use the poles as cover. Like if you're getting shot from over here, you could just hide behind the pole, or you could just go around this like tower to go into this pole, etc, etc. A cool tip that not a lot of people know actually is you don't die if you touch the lava. See, if you jump on the lava here, I only took what, maybe 37 HP, so you actually don't die. And it's a pretty good way to get around the map because you get a pretty good boost, like vertically, and then you can see I can just side dash onto here, but you do lose quite a lot of health, so it's a pretty good trade-off. I guess with this map, just also, like, if you can play stealthily, like, under the map, because there's so many pillars, you can use them as, like, as cover if you want to walk around undetected. But prioritize flanks on this map, because I believe flanking on this map is very strong, considering that there's so many, like, you could just slide jump pretty much off of everything and gain so much vertical height, and there's so much cover you can use to go around undetected, and you can also go up on this area here, which if you want to just go around the map easier, you can go up on here as well. But yeah, not much to say about this map. It's kind of strangely structured, but yeah. Now the final map in Rivals is Shooting Range. Now obviously I went in the actual shooting range because it's just a lot easier to record on here. But this map is without a doubt the biggest map in the game, and if I'm being honest, it doesn't really have a lot going for it. Its main aspect that you'll probably be using a lot are these blue jump pads, which obviously give you a very big vertical boost when you step on them, and that's pretty much it. You also have zip lines. I called them wires before, but I'm pretty sure they're zip lines. There's zip lines you can use, but I don't really recommend using them because you move really slowly, and it's just really easy to shoot and track people off of them. If you want some basic rollouts, No matter where you spawn, try and go on the nearest jump pad as soon as possible, because then you'll instantly be able to go up onto the top of the map, which is where you should primarily be if you play this, because you have so much view of the bottom of the map and view of the top. You can go up on the jump pads and then just pretty much jump up, go on one of the roofs, and just sit there the whole game, because that's kind of what this map is about. It's a lot of roofs. Obviously, it has the same layout as Arena as well. The under the map, like the lower layer of the map, is a lot more detailed and there's a lot more stuff going for it. But if you want to win, just stay up on the roof. It's so much better, and people that are down there literally have zero chance of shooting you because there's so much cover. And yeah, there's so much going for this map. Also, a cool little tip: you can stand on the training range targets. You guys don't know that. But yeah, not much going for this map. Just prioritize the jump pads and prioritize height, and that is pretty much it. And with that, I believe that is all the 10 maps that are currently in Rivals. Obviously, I'll make an updated guide when a new map comes out. But yeah, I try to keep this video as short as possible because I know you guys are complaining that I yap a lot. But I hope I got enough information in and you guys have a more better understanding of how to traverse each and every map. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and subscribing because it really helps a lot and I really appreciate all the support I've been getting on my videos. And if you want to see any other guide, feel free to comment below. Blessed day.